It's 11:47 p.m., cursor blinking, document open. You've been here 20 minutes. You promised yourself tonight would be different. But you're scrolling again, rearranging tabs, sipping water you don't need. Quiet voice. You're just lazy? Stop. That's a lie. Laziness feels relaxed. You feel tension, tight chest, time slipping, pressure building. That isn't laziness. That's resistance. And resistance has structure. Your brain doesn't begin with logic. It begins with emotional forecasting. How will this feel? Uncomfortable? Exposing? A threat to who I think I am? If the forecast looks negative, your nervous system shifts into protection mode, not weakness. Protection. A blank page can feel like a threat, not because of the page, because of what it represents. Expectation. Judgment. Reality. Starting collapses imagination into measurement, and measurement can bruise identity. So you delay. Phone opens. Tension drops. Relief. That drop matters, because dopamine responds to change, and relief is powerful change. Your brain learns. Avoid. Feel better. Repeat. Procrastination is not a character flaw. It's a coping strategy. And the more you use it, the stronger it becomes. Here's what that looks like in real life. A student opens a textbook. The first paragraph feels heavy. Not impossible, just mentally uncomfortable. 5 minutes, he says. Phone opens. An hour disappears. A professional drafts a difficult email, rewrites the first sentence again and again. Need clarity. Closes the tab, organizes something less important instead. Someone wants to train, but the mirror feels harder than the workout. Next Monday. Then another Monday. Pattern stays identical. Task triggers discomfort. Discomfort triggers avoidance. Avoidance creates relief. Relief strengthens the loop. And here's the deeper trap. The longer you wait to feel ready, the more your brain associates readiness with avoidance. So the same task starts requiring more motivation, more inspiration, more pressure, perfect timing, which never comes. Now, guilt attaches itself. It's not just a task anymore. It's evidence. Evidence you didn't act yesterday. Evidence you might not be consistent. Evidence that maybe you're not who you hope to be. And that hurts more than the work itself. So you protect your self-image. As long as you don't fully try, your potential remains untouched. Dream stays perfect. Talent untested. Future unlimited. Trying narrows possibility. It forces clarity. It forces measurement. And measurement can wound the ego. Sometimes it's fear of failure. Sometimes it's fear of success. Because success changes identity. It makes you visible. It creates expectations. Sometimes it's overwhelm. Write the book. Build the brand. Fix your life. Abstractions. The brain cannot execute abstractions. It needs something physical. You're not confused. You're overloaded. But there's something even deeper happening. Every meaningful action requires an identity shift. If you publish the work, you are no longer someone who might. You are someone who did. If you start training, you're no longer thinking about getting fit. You are someone beginning from where you actually are. And that shift is uncomfortable because the current version of you, even if imperfect, is familiar. Familiar feels safe. The brain prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar possibility. You might dislike your situation, but at least you understand it. Growth changes your standards, your rhythm, your expectations, sometimes even your relationships. It demands a new version of you. And becoming someone new means letting the old version fade. There is a quiet grief in transformation, because every upgraded version of you makes the previous one obsolete. And your nervous system resists identity loss. So it slows you down, not to sabotage your future, but to preserve your past. This is why resistance feels stronger when the goal actually matters. If the task is small, friction is mild. If the task could change your trajectory, resistance feels existential. Because it is. You're not just starting a project, you're threatening your current identity. And that's why the cursor feels heavy. It's not about the document, it's about transformation. So how do you break this? Not by chasing motivation. Motivation fluctuates. You lower the threat. You make the beginning smaller than your fear. 2 minutes, not the chapter. 1 bad sentence, not the workout. Put the shoes on, not launching the company. Open the outline. Set a 2-minute timer. When it ends, you are allowed to stop. Beginning changes prediction. Your brain updates. This is survivable. This isn't fatal. I can handle this. Action reduces anxiety, not the other way around. If anxiety spikes before you start, pause. Take 1 deep inhale through the nose, then a second short inhale on top. Slow, long exhale through the mouth. Do it once or twice. You signal safety to your nervous system. Then move. Small, messy, imperfect. You don't need confidence to begin. Confidence is usually the result of beginning. You don't need a new personality. You need proof. Repeated proof. That you can start while doubt is present. You were never lazy. You were protecting yourself from discomfort, from evaluation, from identity change. But protection and growth rarely coexist. Growth requires controlled discomfort, not suffering, just small, intentional exposure to becoming someone new. So the next time you're staring at the blinking cursor, don't ask, "Am I motivated?" Ask, "What is the smallest next move?" And make it. Not dramatically, not perfectly, physically. And let that movement begin rewriting the story you tell about who you are. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. 1 action at a time. Keep doing.